Hello guys, Oneshots here. In this video I'll show a little bit about target selection, field of view target selection, and it's pretty easy when you get the hang of it. So here I have an example on how to calculate the target in an aimbot. So here I have made a list with all the players in the enemy team, and I have calculated the delta, the crosshair distance the crosshair distance to their head. And here we have a target that we want to have, and we have a default delta that we want to check against. So how we do this, we can clearly see in this list that Alfred is the one with the smallest delta, and we want him as target because he's closest to our crosshair. But how we do this in code, we have to use an algorithm, and I will show you how that works here. So it's pretty easy. We start off with checking our first target here and check, is the delta less than our default delta? If so, then we replace that delta and put Alan as the target, like that. And then we check the next one. Is Josh here? Is his delta less than 12? Yes, then we put Josh as the target. And then we check Ron here. Is his delta less than Josh delta, our current target's delta? No. Then we skip that. We don't replace our target with Ron then, because he have too high delta. And we skip and go to Alfred and check, is 5 less than 7? Yes. Then we replace our target with Alfred, like that. And then we check the last entry here. Is 155 less than 5? No. Then we skip. And then we have gone through the whole list here with all our targets, and we have concluded that Alfred is our target. But if we do this again, but with a delta less than our smallest delta here, that's 5. If we have 4 as start delta, none of these will be the target, and target will be null. So we have to make a check like this. If target's not null, then we can set our view angles. And I will show you in CSGO here. I have visualized it here, and I will show you. So now we're in CSGO, and I have made visuals here that shows the delta to each player. And we can see here that the delta on the right side is smaller than the delta on the left side, on the left player. And we can see here that our aimbot will always choose the one with the lowest delta. And you can see here as well, 13, it will go back. But if we go over 13 here to like 50, yeah, now they're same, but a little bit more like this. Now it will go to the target on the right side. And here as well, 32. So it will go to the target down here. Look. And here, let's see, we can see 19, 18, 22. And our algorithm will go and check each target here in view and see which one have the smallest delta, and it will choose the smallest delta and go towards. And you can see here, when you go towards the smallest delta, it will always be the smallest delta because it will be smaller and smaller and smaller. So there will be no bugs or anything fucked up. So like when some people do aimbots just checking the first target in the list and aim at him, and if he can't, then go to next, and if he can't go, then next with like a visual check, and that's really bad. This is the way to go. And here we can clearly see that 10 is our smallest delta, and it will go to him. And now 4 is our smallest delta, it will go to him. Then it will continue and go like this. You can see new target popped up. Yeah, and I will show you some code that I coded in another tutorial. and I will show you exactly how it works in code. So here we are in the code, and we can see this function here that is responsible for returning the closest enemy to the crosshair. And it works by first here we have the best delta, like in the presentation I showed, we had a delta stored, and this one is the maximum value of float. It don't need to be that, it can be 180 as well, doesn't matter really. No delta is more than 180, but it looks fancy here. So, and our best entity is 0. It's null pointer. So here we go through all the entries in the list here. Start with the first. First we have to check that he is valid, that he is alive and he's not in our team, and here we also have a vis check to see if he's actually visible and not behind something. And when we have done all that, then we can calculate the delta here, and we calculate the delta by calculating the angle from our eyes to their eyes or to their head. And then we remove our view angles from that, and here we also remove our punch angle. But that is not needed in other games, it's just a CSGO thing. Then we get a delta. We also have to square it, and like this. Yeah. And then there's just some assembly here in this source. It's bad to square it back. So we have the length. Here we then compare our delta with our best delta. If it's less, then we replace. Then we check again on the new entity, check if all that goes through, then calculate the delta, and then we check again. And then we do that over and over and over again until we have reached the end. And then we will have an entity or no entity if if we found a less delta than our standard delta. And here it will always succeed if we have an entity that have gone past this and have calculated the delta for it. So that's how it looks in code, and you can see in my other tutorial on how to code this. I coded this legit bot here in that video, and you can check it, and you can understand how it works. But this can be made for other games, not just CSGO. This is like a general target selection tutorial or like demonstration. So yeah, I see you guys in the next video. Bye.